Great customer service is all about knowing your customer and anticipating his or her needs. Your customers trust you to guide them to the right friction that fits their lifestyle. We're here to help you build strong relationships with your customers that will ensure you keep their business for years to come. It begins with being a bit nosy. That's right, get up in their business. Find out where they are going and who they're going with. Ask questions that will help you make the right recommendations every time. Remember, there is no cookie-cutter approach to friction recommendation. You have to know your customer's driving lifestyle, and there's no way around it. Let's review a few key questions that will help you get to know your customer better. Get these questions answered, and you are well on your way to satisfying that customer. Here's the first question. In a typical week, what type of driving do you do? Most often, a semi-met pad would be the best option to tackle the grinding effects of stop-and-go city traffic. Remember, semi-mets are workhorses and are the most durable when faced with traffic congestion. Drivers have described these brakes as having excellent pedal feel and trouble-free stopping performance. On the other hand, if your customer mainly drives on the highway, you might want to suggest a ceramic pad, but there are more factors that should determine the final recommendation. Question 2. Do you carry heavy loads in your vehicle? The answer to this question may make you rethink any initial recommendations. For example, it may be better for a customer who mainly does highway driving but loads heavily to consider a semi-met pad. Let's define loading heavily. The load can be a large family or a carpooling mom, an adventurous young couple who transport their jet skis, motorcycle, or snowmobile in the bed of their truck, or a plumber who houses his work supplies in his vehicle. Question 3. How would you describe the purpose of your vehicle? Are you talking with a customer who is mostly concerned with how his car looks and just wants to show it off? Or is this a pharmaceutical sales rep that drives her car all over to pitch customers and deliver products and is more worried about dependability? The needs and desires of these two individuals are likely to be quite opposite and may differ from the needs of a retired couple who only drives their vehicle sporadically to run errands. Question 4. Do you use your vehicle for hauling, towing, or off-roading? It's helpful to ask specific questions because day-to-day vehicle use could differ from occasional usage. However, you want to anticipate your customer's needs for any driving conditions that they may encounter. Perhaps you'll discover that your customer regularly does favors for friends needing to haul items or takes a trip a couple of times a year that requires them to tow a trailer. Finally, question 5. What matters to you in your brake pad? Stopping performance, low noise, or clean wheels? After understanding what your customer needs, it really is important to get to know what your customer wants as well. Clearly, the customer's first concern is the most important safety system on his or her car, the brakes, works properly, allowing the vehicle to stop in time. Beyond that, however, some customers may have other preferences. For example, if stopping performance is an important end result, you may want to suggest a semi-met pad even if his or her driving habits don't necessarily dictate the need for a semi-met. Similarly, if your customer is most concerned with low brake noise, you can suggest a ceramic pad. Asking questions and listening to your customer is the best way to deliver better than the competitor's service. The combination of driving lifestyle insights, knowledge of friction types, and a check for the type of original equipment used will help you make a reliable recommendation for your customer. Ultimately, one great service experience is enough to keep them coming back for your trusted advice.